Movement. Escape. The open road as salvation. It feels like possibility wrapped in motion, the idea that if you just leave where you are, everything heavy about your life will loosen its grip. But fast car, even in its tropical, polished rework, is not about freedom. It's about the illusion that movement equals progress. At its emotional core, this story is built on displacement, the belief that geographic change can solve psychological weight. The narrator isn't chasing adventure. She's fleeing stagnation. There's a difference. One runs toward something. The other runs away from something. This song lives in the second category. The vehicle at the center of the narrative isn't just transportation. It's symbolic leverage, the only tangible asset available in a life defined by limitation. It represents the ability to move when everything claiming agency. For once, she's not stuck. She's moving. She's choosing direction instead of inheriting it, but agency built purely on motion is fragile. At some point, you stop driving and start living. And that's where the real test begins. The song's emotional trajectory quietly shifts from optimism to realism. Early hope gives way to the weight of responsibility, work, bills, partnership strain, life maintenance. The dream of escape begins colliding with the mechanics of adulthood. This is where many escape narratives fracture. Leaving is cinematic. Building is administrative. Postpones confrontation with it. The relationship dynamic also evolves under this pressure. Partnerships formed in hardship often reveal imbalance when circumstances change. Effort distribution becomes visible. Ambition gaps emerge. Dependency patterns surface. And suddenly, the person you escaped with becomes part of what you're trying to outgrow. The song doesn't villainize anyone. That's important. There's no antagonist, just misalignment. Two people starting from the same place but evolving at different velocities. Growth rarely happens symmetrically. The narrator begins And sometimes the hardest escape is from the version of yourself that settled too early. The fast car then transforms symbolically, from shared vehicle to personal exit strategy. What began as collective hope becomes individual necessity. This shift is quiet but devastating. Because it means the dream changed shape. What was once about us becomes about me. The tropical production never darkens enough to fully acknowledge this emotional rupture, but the narrative does. There is a sobering recognition that mobility without structural change leads to cyclical struggle. You can drive far, but if the systems around you, economic, relational, psychological, remain unchanged, distance becomes cosmetic. The narrator's ultimate She didn't just need movement. She needed autonomy, stability, and aligned partnership. She needed autonomy, stability, and aligned partnership. And those are harder to accelerate toward. The emotional tone near the end of the narrative isn't despair, it's clarity. The fantasy of the fast car dissolves into a more grounded understanding of progress. Progress isn't speed. It's sustainability. The reason this story resonates across generations, even in a sonically modern remake, is because economic escape remains one of the most universal human desires. People want out. Out of limitation. Out of inherited struggle. Out of environments that feel pre-decided. And mobility, literal or metaphorical, feels like the most accessible lever to pull. But the song reminds us, quietly, that motion without structural change is temporary relief. You can leave a place. You cannot outrun systems, or yourself, indefinitely. The final emotional takeaway is not cynical, but grounded. A fast car